Hi, this is Mrs. Knopf, and today we are going to continue in our method book with line 49, shoe fly. So we're going to go through, we're going to look for patterns and see what all we have. First of all, we start with our bass clef, followed by our key signature. We have two flats in it. The first flat is on the second line, tells us all B's are flat. The second one is on the third space, and it tells us all E's are flat. So the two flats in our key signature, B flat and E flat, tell us that we are in the key of B flat. Then we have our time signature. We are in 2/4 time. The top number tells us tells us how many beats are in each measure. The bottom number tells us the value of the whole note, even when we don't have a whole note. So if we had a whole note, it would get 4 beats. Half of a whole is a half, and half of 4 is 2. So those half notes get 2 beats. Then half of a half is a quarter, and half of 2 is 1. So the quarter notes and the quarter rest get 1 beat each. Now we do have some quarter notes tied to another quarter note across the bar line. That is so we can fit 3 beats into a 2/4 measure. So we extend it. When we have a tie, this curved line that connects notes that are the same pitch, we perform the first note and then we hold through the value of the rest of the tie. So if we have a quarter note tied to another quarter note, we hold it for 2 beats, just like a half note. So there is that. Let's go through and see what sort of patterns we have in our notes. So we start on the D. It is in 4th position, so the top of your slide should be about even with your bell. That's a quarter note, D, and then we go into 1st position, B flat. Because it's tied to another B flat across the bar line, we hold it for 2 counts. And then we go out to 6th position for the C, going up our scale, D in 4th, E flat in 3rd, so the where you are holding your slide is about even with the bell. And then we go back out to 6th position for the C. So I want to sing through that with your position numbers. It's much easier to do that than to use the note names. 4, 1, 6, 4, 3, 6. And if you notice, the first half of the first line is identical to the first half of the second line. Now, let's continue with line 1 and do the second half. So we're going to take the same pattern down a step. So we are still in 6th position, C, going down to the A, that's 2nd position. So you want just a little bit of your inner slide showing, and you hold that for 2 counts. Then you're coming up your scale, B flat in 1st, C out in 6th, D in 4th, and then you're going to skip down to the B flat in 1st. So I'm going to sing that using your position numbers. 6, 2, 1, 6, 4, 1. And then at the very end, going into the second line, the second half, we start on our F and we just come down our scale. So you can do this one of 2 ways. If I were just starting on that F, I would go 1, 1, 1, 3, 4, 6, 1. But I'm going to tell you a secret. Because you're coming from a C, going up to the Fs, you can stay in 6th position for the Fs, and that's okay to do. So if your band director tells you to do something different, if they absolutely insist that you go to 1st position for those Fs, do what your band director tells you, okay? I'm just some lady on the internet. Do what your band director says. But if I were to go from C in 6th and stay in 6th, I would go 6, 6, 6, 3, 4, 6, 1. So I'm going to play. I hope you can play along. I have my metronome set to 90 beats per minute. Start each note with a t sound. And here we go. 1, 2, ready. And that's it for line 49, shoe fly. Again, make sure you start each note with a t sound, and you tongue and move your slide at the same time and very quickly so that you don't get a glissando effect. I hope this has been helpful, and we'll see you next time.